everyone, I'm Natalie and this is As the Pennies Drop. If you have tried everything that you can possibly think of to create lasting change and nothing has worked and you've now lost the belief that it's even possible, well, I'm here to show you 3 steps that will create that lasting change for you. Before we go through that, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon where I'll be notifying you of when I am posting, which is generally every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So, what are the 3 steps to create that lasting change that you so much desire to have? First of all, we need to look at your belief. It is fundamentally important that you have a belief that it is possible to change. And it is possible to create that change now. Once you have that, we'll look at the 3 steps. The first step is get big enough leverage. Get a big enough force behind you, enough driving force to propel you forwards to never look back. Now that's either going to be through pain, where you've been in enough pain, or through massive inspiration where you are headed in the right direction. So it's fundamentally important to get enough leverage, to get a big enough leverage to drive you forward. Now, what normally stops us from creating that lasting change is through limiting beliefs. And that generally is a fear that it's not going to work, a fear of the unknown. And I was one of these people too. I had lots of fears that were holding me back from moving forwards in my life. And I had enough leverage, not that long ago either. I had enough leverage to go, enough is enough, where I left a job, where I started a business, where I left a relationship. And a while ago, I changed the way I exercise. So I was a lot kinder to myself. And overall, I've created a kinder way of living for myself. And even though I had all those fears, my leverage, the pain, the unbearable pain that I was going through was enough to drive me forwards no matter what. No matter what was going to happen. It was enough to drive me forwards. And I honestly can tell you that I am proof that when you've got enough leverage, that you can make things happen and your life can turn around to create that lasting change. So number 1 is get leverage. Number 2 is change now. When you change now, you literally release pleasure into your life. You will gain massive amounts of immediate pleasure in your life. And that change doesn't have to be massive. It could be a small action that creates this massive change for you. The action that you want to change doesn't have to be massive. It doesn't always have to be a big action. It could be something small, like changing your diet, for example, that makes you feel healthier. It could be anything. It's creating that lasting change. And, it's like a lever that's trying to move a big boulder. It's a small action, but it creates massive momentum. So that's number 2. Change now, and you'll start getting that immense amount of pleasure in your life now. Now, number 3 is all about annihilating those old limiting beliefs, that fear that is stopping you from moving in the right direction. So number 3, create a new habitual pattern. So I'm just going to use an example of emotional eating because a lot of my clients come to me with that. And so let's look at emotional eating. So if we're looking at stopping emotionally eating as a painful experience, then you're never going to stop. It's never going to stop. If you're using the emotional eating as a comfort blanket and it makes you feel not necessarily happy, but the thought of giving it up makes you feel really painful and hurt and miserable, it's not going to happen. So you have to annihilate that pattern and create a pleasurable experience for giving up to be an option, for giving up to be that leverage. And when it comes to emotional eating, it could be that It's the cost of the food. It's the damage of the food that's going in your body that's causing you to put on weight, which is there causing you to want to isolate yourself from people because you don't feel good enough about yourself. It's causing you to have to buy different size clothes because of the weight that's going on. It's causing you sleepless nights. It's causing you lethargy, lack of energy, you know, the feelings of discomfort and lack of confidence and low self-esteem. So it could be anything like that. So when you look at the negatives that the emotional eating is causing, you know, would creating a pleasurable experience to create that lasting change around stopping emotional eating be more pleasurable? Of course it would. So if you look at stopping emotionally eating in it as a pleasurable experience, it could be you're going to have the energy that you've always wanted. You're going to be able to create fitness and have a better health in your life. You're going to have more money because you're not going to be spending it on the foods that you'll be putting in your body, or the damaging foods that you were putting in your body from the overeating, from the emotional eating. You know, the clothes as well. You're not going to have to buy the clothes anymore because, you know, you're not going to continue to put on weight. You're going to have sleep. You'll be able to sleep better. You'll have more energy. Your skin's going to be better. You're not going to feel so unconfident about yourself. You're not going to have such low self-esteem because of the damage that the food is doing throughout your whole body. You know, it's not just about the weight. It's everything that goes with that self-isolation, not feeling good enough to speak to people. You're going to absolutely change your life. So if you look at stopping emotional eating as a pleasurable experience and all the things that you can have once you do that, that is going to be the driver that keeps you moving forward to create that lasting change. So you need to find whatever that is. I've just used emotional eating as an example. It could be smoking, it could be anything, but it's got to be something that's pulling at your heart enough for you to go, no more, no more. So yeah, they are the 3 steps. So just to go over those again, so you need to have the belief, the fundamental belief that it is possible to change. And you need to have the fundamental belief that it's possible to change now. And the 3 steps are: get a big enough leverage, get enough force, enough reason through pleasure or pain, that you've either had enough pain or you've been inspired enough to want that change, to create that lasting change. Number 2 is change now, because when you change now, you have immense amounts of pleasure instantly. And number 3 is annihilate that old pattern and create a new habitual pattern, something that enables you to release the pain of change to a pleasurable experience. So yeah, that's it, the 3 steps to creating lasting change. And like I said, when you do have enough leverage, I'm proof of that, you really can create that lasting change that you've always wanted. So I hope that's helped. I am available for coaching. So if this is something that you would like to know more about, please feel free to get in touch and comment below. And yeah, it's been great sharing this with you, and I will be back on Wednesday. Bye.